greetings, and salutations to one and all. How you doing? I want to say welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me on this brand new... Let's see, tonight is Healthy Love, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. This brand new Healthy Love night. How you doing? Yeah, let me tell you. It's been one of those days that you can't even fathom it. One of those days. But I do want to welcome you all to the night shift, to DJ Kevin Stew, Healthy Love Night. Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend right now. Call an enemy. Tell your friends of your enemies and the enemies of your friends. The night shift is on. Tell me who broke up with. Tell me who broke up with. And nobody here to stop us. They feel me. Built for partying, dealing with my symptoms. I feel like starting it. Music is in way. My crowd, no man wagon is slicker in my system. I need a holiday. Need it. Every night. I'm to play. Don't wanna fight. Love the party. Head nice. See where I'm from. It's only vibes. It's only right. We go unite. All our way. Tell me who won't stop way. All our way. Get bad and we drink it. All our way. Tell me who won't stop way. All our way. I beg and please. Influenced by liquor down on my knees. Today I want be free, so no work for me. Don't tell me about my priorities. Eyes are Trini, and that's how they feel me. Built for partying, dealing with my symptoms. I feel like starting it. Music is in way. My crowd, no man wagon is slicker in my system. I need a holiday. Need it. Every night. I'm to play. Don't wanna fight. Love the party. Every night. I'm to play. Don't wanna fight. Love the party. Head nice. See where I'm from. It's only vibes. It's only right. We go unite. All our way. Tell me who won't stop way. All our way. Get bad and we drink it. All our way. Tell me who won't stop way. All our way. Tell me who won't stop way. All our way. Get bad and we drink it. All our way. Tell me who won't stop way. All our way. It's just how they feel me. Tell me who gonna stop us. Partying, dealing with my Ain't nobody at all to stop us, right? Feel like starting it. Music is in way. We're in this to do it till the very end. Tell me who won't stop way. In it to win it. Want to say big ups to each and everyone locked in right now. Those tuning on TuneIn Radio. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Today I want be Those across the pond, One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK. about my priorities. Eyes are Trini. Those on WGLRO, home of the Donny Walker Morning Show, taking you from the sheets to the streets on the People's Station. Touching from Detroit to Denmark and all points in between. Big ups to you. Music is in way. My crowd, no man wagon is slicker in my system. I need a holiday. Need it. Every night. I'm to play. Don't wanna fight. Love the party. Head nice. See where I'm from. It's only vibes. Want to say big ups to those on ClintonLindsay.com, the Foundation Radio Network. We go unite. All our way. Tell me Those locked in on IslandWorldwide.com. All our way. Get bad and we drink it. All our way. Demonstrating the power of music. All our way. Tell me who. Big ups to those on PEMGTV.com. And right here at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. KevinStew.com. Where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Welcome. I feel like starting it. Music is in way. My crowd, no man wagon is slicker in my system. The sound of 5-star Akil kicking it off. The track is called Symptoms. Every night, I'm to play. Don't wanna fight. Love the party. Head nice. See where I'm from. It's only vibes. It's only right. Saying welcome to those joining in on Facebook Live. Remember, it's only temporary. Yeah, on Facebook you only get a segment. Get used to the link. It's in the description. It's the one that says www.kevinstew.com. Yeah man, that one. So the story is told of a critical care nurse by the name of Tiffany Dover. And she took the COVID-19 vaccine and did it on video. And the video is public. It's available to anyone that wants to go and watch it. All you have to do is just search for it. Whichever search engine you choose to use, that's where you go and you look for the information. Oh, by the way, before I get any further, let me say thank you to my segment sponsor, Pulse Media Group. When being in a moment is priceless, give them a call for innovative streaming and recording solutions. They do everything you see right here on kevinstew.com and more. Provide you with streaming services of your party, your wedding, your funeral. Well, not your funeral, but a funeral. You know what I mean. Any event that you're having. You have a computer, you have internet, you have a camera. You can link all three. You can stream. And it's a secure platform that is available to you. And if you want to take it a step further and get into internet TV broadcasting, where you have your own internet TV station, they can hook you up with that too. Give them a call, 754-999-6020, or check them out at pulseemg.com. Tell them you heard about them on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, yeah? Alright, cool. So, getting back to the matter at hand. It's Healthy Love Night. Welcome to those of you just joining us. Inviting you to call a friend, tell a friend. Once again, call your enemy, tell your enemies, friends of your enemies, and enemies of your friends. It's Healthy Love Night. So share with everyone, because everybody can benefit from something. If the whole thing is not for you, that's fine. You can get something out of it. All right, so the story of Tiffany Dover. She is or maybe was, I don't know. I really don't know where the status of her life, literally, right now. A critical care nurse at CHI Memorial Hospital in Tennessee. And she collapsed shortly after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, CHI Memorial released a statement stating that it administered its first doses of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine to 6 people, 3 physicians, 3 nurses. Shortly after, and while conducting a media interview, one of the nurses became dizzy and was assisted to the floor. She never lost consciousness and quickly recovered. In a media interview, Dover explained that her fainting was due to a condition she has. I have a history of having an overactive vagal response, she said. I feel fine now, and the pain in my arm is very minimal, actually, is what she added. She said she had passed out around 6 times in the last 6 weeks. It was common for me, she said. Vasovagal Syncope is a recognized condition that causes a person to faint because their body overreacts to certain triggers. It may also be called neurocardiogenic syncope. The vasovagal syncope trigger causes the heart rate and blood pressure to drop suddenly. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, has said Fainting can be triggered by many types of medical procedures, including others involving the use of a needle, such as the extraction of blood. The CDC said it receives reports of people fainting after nearly all vaccines. Well, I've gotten a number of vaccines, I have never felt faint. But that's just me. Fainting itself is generally not serious, but harm can there can be harm from related falls or other accidents can cause injury. In the days after the images of Dover fainting were publicized, social media posts speculated or claimed she had died. Now, this is the backstory behind the whole thing that we're talking about tonight. So, for those of you who are not yet caught up, well, this is it. Now, since then, since the reports came out that she had died, CHI Memorial released a video featuring Tiffany Dover, who is not dead, surrounded by a number of colleagues. We'll get into a little something about that a little bit later. Well, actually, yeah, we'll get into that part of it a little bit later. What we really want to talk about tonight is the condition that she says she has. The vasovagal syncope. What is it? You know, what brings it on? You know, what do we know about it? So, of course, you know me, with not knowing anything about this. This was the first time I was hearing about this condition. So, I decided to go looking. And what I found is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight. So, vasovagal syncope occurs when you faint because your body overreacts to certain triggers, such as the sight of blood or extreme emotional distress. It may also be called cardiogenic syncope. Now, the vasovagal syncope trigger causes your heart rate and blood pressure to drop. We heard about that in the article just now. And now, when that happens suddenly, it leads to reduced blood flow to your brain, causing you to feel or briefly lose consciousness. Now, according to MayoClinic.org, vasovagal syncope is usually harmless and requires no treatment, but it's possible you may injure yourself during an episode. Your doctor may recommend tests to rule out more serious causes of fainting, such as heart disorders. Now, before you faint due to vasovagal syncope, you may experience some signs, some symptoms. Those include pale skin, lightheadedness, tunnel vision, where your field of vision narrows so that you only see what is directly in front of you. Your peripheral vision just goes away, basically. You may experience nausea, feeling warm, a cold, clammy sweat, yawning, or blurred vision. During an episode, what people around you may witness is a slow, weak pulse. They may see you emitting jerky, abnormal movements. You may have dilated pupils. Recovery after an episode generally begins in less than a minute. However, if you stand up too soon after feeling faint or fainting, which is within about 15 to 30 minutes, chances are you might faint again. Now, fainting can be a sign of a more serious condition, such as a heart or brain disorder. You may want to consult your doctor after a fainting spell, especially if you've never had one before. So, then you kind of have to ask the question then, what causes this? What causes vasovagal syncope? Hey Marva, how you doing? I say big ups to the RN author extraordinaire, Nurse Marva Riley. Welcome, welcome. Um, so what causes vasovagal syncope? And Marva, if you feel like you want to chime in on this, you know the number. Just give a call. The line is open. For everyone else, the numbers to call, numbers to text 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. Marva, you can call me directly. You know that number. But yeah, 773-789-7839. Call, text, WhatsApp. If none of those work for you, you can Skype kevin.stew. That is also an option. And of course, you can go to kevinstew.com and jump into the stew pot. For those of you wondering what the stew pot is, it's what others call a chat room. But because we're fancy over here on kevinstew.com, we have the stew pot. It's where we keep things interactive and bubbling. So come on in, season the pot, and bubble up and simmer down with us, yeah? Cool. Now, vasovagal syncope occurs when the part of your nervous system that regulates heart rate and blood pressure malfunctions in response to a trigger, such as the sight of blood. Some people it triggers nausea, some people it triggers fainting. Hey, different triggers affect people differently. Your heart rate slows, and the blood vessels in your legs widen, they dilate. This allows blood to pool in your legs, which lowers your blood pressure. Now, combined, the drop in blood pressure and the slowed heart rate quickly reduce blood flow to your brain. And what happens? Your body puts you in a state where you'd have to get into a position of some sort of equilibrium, some sort of balance. Basically, you pass out, so you end up flat on the floor. Hopefully, flat on the floor. Now, sometimes there's no classical vasovagal syncope trigger, but your common triggers would include standing for long periods of time. I guess that happened to me. I don't know if it was because I was hungry or what. A cousin of mine was getting married, and we standing there in the church. I was a part of the bridal party, the groom's party. My bad, to be specific. I was one of the groomsmen standing there, looking quite dapper and everything. And suddenly I just started having cold sweats and my knees buckled. I almost fainted. So I had to sit down for a moment. This is the middle of the man's wedding. So it was a hot day inside the church. This was in Jamaica. A lot going on. There was a lot going on. But they said, so standing for long periods of time. And I learned after that too, that there's a right way and a wrong way to stand for long periods of time. You'd think that I would have known that after standing for long periods of time for most of my life. But no. There's a right and a wrong way to do it. If you lock your knees, chances are you may end up passing out. Funny enough, it's just the way the body works. Heat exposure, seeing blood, having blood drawn, fear of bodily injury, straining, such as to have a bowel movement. All these can trigger vasovagal syncope. Doesn't mean that they all will, but they can. So, is there a way to prevent it? Well, you may not always be able to avoid an episode. If you feel like you might faint, you want to lay down and lift your legs. Typically, as I was always told, get your knees above your heart. Because, excuse me, that just jumped up on me. Because that way, all the blood won't pool into your legs as they were doing when you were standing. Large muscles require a lot of blood. You know, you have these large muscles in your legs. So, you know, go ahead and elevate your legs. Basically, this will allow gravity to keep blood flowing to your brain. And if you can't lay down, sit down and put your head between your knees until you feel better. Depending on how badly you feel, that might be kind of putting your head between your knees and kissing your butt goodbye kind of a deal, depending on how bad you're feeling. But no, it's not checking out, so you're not saying goodbye. You know, just to get that clear. So now I don't know, I've not read of anyone dying from this condition. Just unless you happen to pass out and on the way to the ground you hit your head on something and you check out. It sounds kind of cold, but it's the reality of the situation. These things happen, and that's where they talk about injuries from having a fainting spell, because on the way to the ground you may hurt yourself. Now, in diagnosis, it often involves ruling out other possible causes of your fainting, and more specifically, they look for heart-related problems. So they would do tests that may include an ECG, an electrocardiogram. Now, those of you who don't know what that is, it is where the test records the electrical signals your heart produces. It can detect irregular heart rhythms and other cardiac problems. You may need to wear a portable monitor for at least a day or as long as a month, depending on your case and what your doctor says, how much information they need to gather. You have an echocardiogram, where the test uses an ultrasound imaging to view the heart and look for conditions such as valve problems that can cause fainting. Your heart not working properly, that means the blood is not flowing properly. The blood not flowing properly, you may get deprived of some blood flow to the brain. So that can cause fainting. You can do an exercise stress test. Now that involves where the heart rhythm is studied during exercise. It's usually conducted while you walk or you jog on a treadmill. And then there are blood tests. And your doctor may look for conditions such as anemia that can cause or contribute to fainting spells. So, looking at the nurse, she is in a stressful job where she may be required to stand for long periods of time, because that's what nurses do, right, Marva? Nurses stand for long periods of time, sometimes. So here you have a nurse that has this condition, vasovagal syncope, and she is saying, "Hey, I go through issues of fainting ever so often. Anything can actually trigger it." She says, where is it? I read in one of these where she said, a hangnail could cause her to pass out, stubbing her toe could cause her to pass out, getting blood drawn. These things can cause her to pass out. So she got the vaccine, and 15 minutes later she's feeling faint and passes out while on camera. So they do their tests. Well, it doesn't say that they did any tests really. It just said that she said she has this condition called vasovagal syncope that causes her to pass out whenever she's feeling pain. All right, so I have a few questions based on what we have already learned about this condition. If she is feeling pain from this vaccine that she has received, if she knows she has this condition, doesn't anybody else in the hospital know that she's having this condition? And the possibility that taking this vaccine and it being caught on camera may not look so good for the result for the vaccine in and of itself. Because, if she hadn't eaten and she took the vaccine and started throwing up shortly after, because she had an upset stomach from not eating, and then it affected her negatively, people would start to say, oh, the vaccine causes you to throw up. This case, here she passes out or felt dizzy, like she was going to pass out. And it's not like other people are saying it. This is what is reported that she said. She felt dizzy and like she was gonna faint, but she's okay now. The feeling has gone away. It happens whenever she feels pain. That's the story. The problem I'm having is that the story goes on to state that she died hours after. That is where now I had to look at what this condition is, and can it cause death? Based on what we've already learned, it only causes dizziness and fainting spells. So, what is happening here? Is it as a result of the vaccine, or is it a result of the vasovagal syncope that really caused her to faint? Things that make you go, We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more about this condition and its possible relation to this nurse and this vaccine. Call a friend, tell a friend. We'll be right back. Those of you on Facebook Live, jump on over kevinstew.com. If you can't remember the website, just use the link. Click on that. It takes you straight there. What you see on the page, that is live. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to register. You can just comment in the chat. What I call the stew pot. All right? Cool. Catch y'all in just a few.
Policy Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Policy Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home
in a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first of its kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or $415,000 US.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. Listen to representing.
Yeah, man.
Still I say DJ Kevin Stew.
Yeah. Enough is enough. Dirty virus. Coficious 19 year. Dirty virus. Coficious 19 year. Sick of you. Yo. Ever since that day you came on this earth, you cause us pain, you make us hurt. Yes, we've been blind, but now the world can see. You're not alone around here, so take your owners and flee. Watch when a Lucifer, yo, dirty virus, Coficious 19 year. You know, welcome round here. Dirty virus, where you from? Coficious 19 year. Carry some of them oppressors when you leave. You like an evil spirit, you locked us down. We could not make one single sound, but like a yard man, we'll use the words and free the nation, free as the birds. Together we'll chant dirty virus, and that's a good word. Coficious 19 year. nurses, your respect is still. Keep on, fight the fight till the last one heal. So until that day when we can congregate, keep on, share this love, but let the virus kill the hate. So until then, let's chant, dirty virus. I hope you know we have.
I want to welcome you all back.
It's just 19 years. You think we can stop us from put them together? Dirty virus.
Listening to the sound of Mr. Ed Robinson.
Vicious 19 years.
Hey 644, welcome. I'm glad you could hang out with us.
I know for sure some mainstream.
I'm excited that you are here.
Won't play this one on their radios, but who round ya care? We never need them then, so we don't need them now. Hey fool, but us, yo.
I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Althea is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. She brings her table, she brings her oils, she brings her Healing Heavenly Hands and 20 years of experience.
Vicious 19 years.
You can give her a call at 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Or you can email her at thealater@att.net. That's thealater@att.net.
We never need them then, so we don't need them now.
And once again, congratulations on receiving your certification as a personal trainer, Miss Althea. Looking forward to details on those services as soon as they become finalized. I tell you, I'm looking forward to it, you know. Yeah, developing a little bit of a punch, you know. Maybe you can do something for me, you know, help me out along the way, please.
But who round ya care?
I did say please.
Them then, so we don't need them now. Hey fool, but us, yo, a long time you remind we are these germs, yeah. Dirty virus.
So it's Healthy Love Night. Those of you just joining us.
Interested in remembering your name. Dirty virus.
And tonight we're looking at a condition called Vasovagal Syncope.
Vicious 19 years.
Why? Well, there was a nurse that got the COVID-19 vaccine and she fainted. Now there's also reports that she died. Conflicting reports. Because there was fact checks that were done and other reports that were run that said, no, she is not. She's very much alive and well and working. The hospital she works at put out a video with her among some colleagues. She didn't speak and she was behind a mask. Now, of course, there are some people that pay close attention to things. That say, wait a minute. This first video where she took the vaccine and she spoke, she looks about 20 pounds lighter. Her hair is combed differently. There are just some things that don't quite add up. Now, alright, so the hair combing thing, you women comb your hair different ways on different days for different reasons. I am cool with that. Now, because she is Caucasian, she's white. Does that mean that she will typically comb her hair the same way all the time? Because, you know, people are saying, you know, these little details, they make such a big difference. But I'm not even focusing on that. My focus is when she fainted and recovered, or when she felt faint and they helped her to the floor so that she wouldn't hurt herself on the way down. When she recovered, she said she has this condition, which is pretty much what the focus of what we're talking about. Vasovagal syncope. And this condition, it causes fainting when certain triggers are activated. That could be the sight of blood. It could be pain. It could be horrible news. Just it triggers a lowering of the blood pressure, the slowing of the heart, and hence causing you to feel faint or fainting. There are some tests that can be done, which include electrocardiograms, echocardiograms, exercise stress tests, and blood tests. Did I mention the blood test before the break? If I didn't, in the blood test, your doctor may look for conditions like anemia that can cause or contribute to fainting spells. No, I'm thinking about it. I have some friends who are anemic. I don't usually hear them complain about feeling faint. Huh. Anyway, if there are no heart problems that appear to be causing your fainting, your doctor may suggest you undergo a tilt table test. Now, this test is more simple than it sounds. You lie flat on your back on a table. The table then changes position, tilting you upward at various angles. A technician monitors your heart rhythms and blood pressure to see if postural changes affect them. I guess if the changing of the position would affect them, that would eliminate you, or there would be a suggestion that certain things you don't do, like riding a roller coaster. Because as I'm thinking about it, on the tilt table test, if it's going to alter your position, and it's not going to be like a herky-jerky kind of a thing, or sudden changes, just changing your position. If that is happening, and you're getting faint spells, if you go on a roller coaster, that's it. You're not just going to faint, you're just going to die. So, if you have this condition, I guess there are certain thrills that you can't partake in. So you can't really be a thrill seeker and have this condition, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. I don't know. In most cases of vasovagal syncope, treatment is unnecessary. Your doctor may help you identify your fainting triggers and discuss ways you might avoid them. But if you experience an episode often enough to interfere with your quality of life, your doctor may suggest trying one or more of some remedies, which includes medications. A drug called fludrocortisone acetate that's normally used to treat low blood pressure may be helpful in preventing vasovagal syncope. Selective serotonin inhibitors may also be used. Then there are certain therapies that can be applied. And these would be used to decrease the pooling of blood in your legs. They may include foot exercises, wearing compression stockings, or tensing your leg muscles when standing. You may need to increase salt in your diet if you don't usually have high blood pressure. Avoiding prolonged standing, especially in hot, crowded places, and drinking plenty of fluids may also be a part of the therapy that you may undergo. It may not sound like much, but it's considered therapeutic. Now, very rarely, inserting an electrical pacemaker to regulate the heartbeat may help some people with vasovagal syncope who haven't been helped by other treatments. But like they say, that's pretty rare. When preparing for your appointment, it is recommended that you write your symptoms down, including any triggers that may have caused you to faint. If it is your child hid behind the column and jumped out at you and said, boo, your child scared you, or someone scared you and you fainted, well, write that down. Vitamins and supplements that you're taking, you might want to list those. Any medications that you're taking. Any questions you might want to ask your doctor, including about potential tests and treatments, write those down. Your doctor may ask you what you were doing before you fainted. What signs and symptoms, if any, did you experience before you fainted? Have you fainted before? What were you doing before you fainted then? Have you recently started taking new medications? Have you had a head injury? And anyone in your family died suddenly from heart problems? These are questions that you can expect from your doctor. And typically, your doctor will listen to your heart and take your blood pressure, and they may also massage the main arteries in your neck to see if it causes you to feel faint, because that alters the blood flow to the brain. So, these little things. Funny enough, with watching the video of Tiffany Dover, I didn't see them doing any of those things as a part of her treatment. Just helped her to the floor and kind of gave her some space, and then she recovered, and then she spoke, and that was that. Now, if I missed something in the video, you guys can find it. You can go find it and tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, the fainting thing was real. She really passed out, and it really happened after she got this vaccine. So, could they really be connected? Now, continuing with the debunking of her death, those stories. Various platforms, media houses, fact checkers have gone around and done their tests. And they have said, you know what? She is not dead. She's very much alive. Again, there was that video of her at work, allegedly. Here is my concern. Now, a friend of mine had sent me the video initially about Tiffany Dover's vaccine and her passing away. And in the video, the person that was the narrator was saying, all right, so we did our own test. We did our own search for Tiffany Dover. We found records of a Tiffany Dover, same age, with the same family members' names, that had died round about the same time in question. And that causes pause. I know that there are individuals that would create various posts, whether it be memes or videos or whatever, seeking attention. You have your attention seekers out there. They are numerous. I get that. My thing is, she could get this vaccine on camera. It showed her fainting. It showed her speaking after. A report came out somewhere, somehow, that she had died. since then, she has not been seen on social media actively. And the only video of her is this video of her, allegedly her, at work. Now, I did a little bit of searching myself. I could not find her on Facebook. I also searched on Instagram. I found a number of profiles for Tiffany Dover. And the majority of them were public profiles, so you could see what is on the profile. They all only had images and videos of that day she got the vaccine. Just that. And some of them either had videos or images of when she received the vaccine. I do believe I came across probably 2 private ones. When you look at the number of posts, minimal. So, for someone in their 30s active on social media, that doesn't add up for me. So, I am yet to see proof that she is active on social media. And this was a search I did just last week. Today is only Tuesday. So, I have more questions than answers. But the one question that I have always had, and I asked this to my friend that had sent me the video. If she is in fact alive, what will it take for her to make a video appearance the very same way she made an appearance when she got the vaccine? You know, why is there so much speculation about this? All that is required is a quick jump on social media and you do a video. That's all that is required. Or you contact one of these media houses and say, hey, I am here. Let's do an interview. Let's do an article. Let's do whatever, so that I can prove that I'm alive and I got the vaccine and I'm fine. But outside of her fainting, we don't see anything connecting her to this vaccine. Well, nothing positive. So, should we then be concerned? Why not? Why shouldn't we be concerned? I was going to do a broadcast focusing on the coronavirus, what it is, and patents that have been filed on the coronavirus. I had done this before early last year. And I think it is important for me to revisit that and do it again. So I may end up doing that broadcast come next week, looking at what the coronavirus is, some patents that have been filed on the coronavirus or for the coronavirus, which basically sums up the show right then and there. It sums up everything about coronavirus for me. Because you cannot have a patent on something that occurs naturally. If it happens naturally in the environment, you cannot patent it. Here you have the coronavirus. One of the arguments behind patenting the coronavirus is that it's a virus and it's not entirely alive. All right. Now, when you make statements like that as a scientist, to me, a lame guy, I don't understand it. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it's because I'm not a scientist, but all the other viruses that I have heard of seem to be very much alive. So when it comes to coronavirus, what makes that different? Unless it was something that was engineered. And if it was engineered, then you can put a patent on it because it didn't occur naturally. See what I mean? So COVID-19 is but a virus in the coronavirus family. Like your common colds, like your flus, they fall under the coronavirus umbrella. And that is why I wanted to go back and look at what the coronavirus is and look at some of the patents that have been filed on or for the coronavirus, including patents for vaccines for coronaviruses. Again, this is not something new, and this is something that is available to you if you just go search for it. That's how I get the majority of my information. I go search for it, other than those that I ask individuals who come and present on this platform also. So, does this woman fainting only have to do with... I'm not saying she doesn't have vasovagal syncope. I'm not saying that at all. But is it just because she got a shot that she had this fainting spell? And the other question is, why is she still alive? And if not, comes a bigger question. Why is it being hidden? But then, if she is alive, why not prove it? So, there are more questions than there are answers. But I had to clear up that thing about vasovagal syncope, because it's an important part to Tiffany Dover's story. It's a real thing. Question is, if her employers know that she has this condition and she could possibly faint from getting the shot, why have her as one of them that is on video getting the shot? Kind of crazy, right? Just a little bit. But, you know, we do crazy things all the time. It's not unusual. It's a thing that people do. People do crazy. And I know some people that, you know, I'd probably call their names and include crazy in it. But too many questions, too little answers. And they are all pretty much circulating around this COVID vaccine. So, am I telling you not to take the vaccine? No. But I'm definitely not telling you go line up for it tomorrow. What I am telling you, however, is do your research. My job here is to stimulate your appetite, not satisfy your hunger. So I'm going to give you some information, but I cannot give you all the information. You need to go look for some for yourself, so that now you are armed with knowledge and you're not just a sheeple being fed whatever and led astray. That doesn't work. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we maybe wrapping this up early and doing an early musical therapy. That's kind of how I'm feeling, because this is a little bit upsetting. Just a little bit. I'm not going to get too upset about it. Just a little bit upsetting. Call a friend, tell a friend. It's still the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. We'll be right back.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others, and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
Hey yo, this is Caraman to let you know that right about now you are logged on to DJ Kevin Stew on the Night Shift. Don't move.
So every nurse, every doctor, every soldier, every essential worker, we salute you. Shout out to the K-Plus heroes. Just know we appreciate you. Oh yeah, reaching out to the unsung heroes. Without fear, we pray that God protect you everywhere. Guide and protect. It's not easy on the front line. On the front line, you have to put your life on the line. It's sticky on the front line. Risking your life to save mine. Overtime to give us peace of mind, giving all you got so the peace is alive. On the front line, on the front line. So we take our hands them off, we salute you, each and every one of you, because you go to work for us, we stay at home for you, so that we can see this truth. So meanwhile we quarantine and chill, you hold in America us chill, for us to be safe. So I say hooray to all the K-Plus heroes out there. Just know we appreciate you. Oh yeah, reaching out to the unsung heroes without fear. We pray that God protect you. Oh yeah, guide and protect. It's not easy on the front line. On the front line, you have to put your life on the line. Sticky on the front line, risking your life to save mine. And you're working overtime to give us peace of mind, giving all you got so the place is aligned. On the front line, on the front line. So we thank you for your braveness, your courageousness, performing your noble acts. You do it selfless, helping out the helpless and defenseless. We could go on and on, the stories are endless. You're relentless in the process, going in the storm, want us to perform, putting yourself in harm's way. So how could we ever repay all the K-Plus heroes out there? Just know we appreciate you.
say shout out to the K-Plus heroes. Hey guys, how you doing? Listen, China, I need you to stop laughing at me, you know. Yes, as a part of the groom's party, not the bridal party. I want to say thanks to Reggae Global Entertainment for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Reggae Global will act as your booking agents, take care of your tour management, handle your legal contracts, your copyrights, publishing, trademarks, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more. Give them a call, 954-9988-034, or check them out online, reggaeglobalentertainment.com. Now, if it sounds like I'm giving the whole COVID-19 vaccination thing a bad rap, I'm not. If it sounds like I'm an anti-vaxxer, I'm not. I am, however, against vaccines that don't work. Against vaccines on a whole, I'm not. Against vaccines that don't work, I am. I have a problem with that. And anybody that gives it two thoughts probably should have a problem with it too. But here is a case where there's no doubt about it. There's no refuting anything. This man is dead. Dr. What's his name? George Michael. Yeah, Gregory Michael. My bad. Dr. Gregory Michael. He was 56 years old. And OBGYN. They say he was just an obstetrician here, specializing in women's pregnancy, childbirth, and diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the female reproductive organs. So, Tiffany Dover, her incident was in December 2020. Dr. Michael died January 3rd, 2021. 2 weeks after he received Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. I'm not making it up. The information is there. Now, according to his website, Dr. Michael ran his own private practice at Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami for 12 years. His wife said the jab triggered a strong reaction. He was vaccinated on December 18. 3 days later, he saw a strong set of petechia. I guess that's a rash on his feet and hands, which made him seek attention at the emergency room at Mount Sinai Medical Center. The CBC that was done at his arrival showed his platelet count to be 0. A normal platelet count ranges from 150,000 to 450,000 platelets per microliter of blood. Platelet count 0? Seriously? He was admitted to the ICU with a diagnosis of acute ITP caused by reaction to the COVID vaccine. A team of expert doctors tried for 2 weeks to raise his platelet count to no avail. Experts from all over the country were involved in his care. No matter what they did, the platelet counts refused to go up. He was conscious and energetic through the whole process. But 2 days before a last resort surgery, he got a hemorrhagic stroke, which was caused by the lack of platelets that took his life in a matter of minutes. Michael's wife went on to explain how her husband was a pro-vaccine advocate, However, she believes the jab is not good for everyone and urged people to understand the side effects that could arise from the shots. Do not let his death be in vain. Save more lives by making this information news, she wrote. All right. So, just to let you guys know, reports are that his death is still being investigated. My question is, what exactly are they looking for in these investigations? We're quick to be told that people are dying from COVID. I'm not too sure how much investigation is being done in those deaths, but they're quickly reported. About some 385,000 of them. Now, a death is a death is a death. And it is not to be taken lightly because all lives are precious. And there are some people that are say to me, Kevin, what is the big deal about the recoveries? All right, let me tell you what the big deal about the recoveries is for me. You have less than 2% of the infected cases in the United States dying, and you have more than 50% recovering. What are the individuals that are recovering doing? Even if they recover and they have they recover and they have a condition that they need treated for the remainder of their lives, they're alive. They have recovered. And some might say, but that doesn't constitute a recovery because now they have something else. Well, they have something else. They just don't have what they were afflicted with before. Or they probably have now something that was dormant. Whatever it is, they don't have COVID anymore. They have recovered. So more than 50% of those who were infected in the United States, are currently infected in the United States, have recovered. Less than 2% have died. However, we need to all be vaccinated so that we can not prevent getting the virus, because the vaccine doesn't prevent the virus, but prevent the symptoms from being as bad. Not my words. This is how it was reported. So why then are we getting the vaccines? Why aren't we finding out what these people who have recovered, what it was that they did, or what was done for them that caused them to recover? And then this is not just the numbers in the United States. This is pretty much all around the world. You have more recoveries than you do deaths. But let's look at the United States, because the United States have a thing about medicine, about drugs. It is really important in the running of the United States. Big Pharma. So we are aware that what is currently put on our plates is not the healthiest of meals, because a lot of the products are mass produced. If they're not genetically modified, they're processed foods. So off the bat, we're starting off, if not behind the 8 ball, we don't have a clear shot. Because it starts, and you heard me talk with Nurse Marva Riley about this. The babies are being given formula because you don't have maternal leave or being the same like it used to be. You get a fraction of the time now than you did before. The maternity leave, right? So in that time, it used to be a time given for mothers to breastfeed their babies so that the babies they can help to develop the baby's immunity, because it starts with the mother getting some of her antibodies by way of breastfeeding. What? Nobody paid attention in class to that subject area? Or everybody was just focused on the breast? Just making sure. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. That's 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp. You can go to kevinstew.com and jump into the stew pot and link me, message me there. Let's talk. So, gone are the days when mothers used to stay home for a significant period of time to lay that foundation with breastfeeding. And if breastfeeding wasn't happening, they could actually even express the milk and have it in bottles. Yeah? Cool. That now helped to kickstart the baby's immune system and get that going. Nowadays, as soon as the babies are born, in that first week, they're getting shots. That wasn't the case for me 40 plus years ago. I find it kind of crazy when I'm saying that I'm over 40 right now. Strike that from the record. Delete, backspace. But seriously, that wasn't the case for me. And I remember going to basic school, the equivalent of kindergarten here in the United States. I remember going to basic school one day and getting one of my shots. I don't even remember which one of the shots it was. But, and, people talk about third world countries. This, I guess, was a real third world thing. They would heat the needles over a candle. And a number of us would get shots from that same needle. I don't remember what the shot was, but I remember lining up at St. Richard's Primary. There was a little building that I guess it was a nurse's station as soon as you entered the compound of the school. And we lined up to go into that building to get our shots. And I remember seeing the nurse heating that needle, holding that needle over the fire, and then wiping it off with a cotton swab with alcohol on it. And then everybody comes along and they get their injection. They get their heat it, get their injection. So the fire was killing whatever was on the needle. So they basically were sterilizing these needles for reuse. Now, looking back at it, that seems kind of crazy, right? But it probably wasn't a thing that only happened in Jamaica. It probably wasn't. I can only speak of Jamaica. And I haven't asked any of my friends from other Caribbean countries that if they had experienced anything like that. I haven't asked any of my friends here in the US if they have experienced anything like that. Maybe I should do a little survey. But I remembered getting that. So if I was getting that, that means it didn't happen within my first few months of life. That wasn't when it happened. I used to play outside in the dirt. I remember making mud pies. I remember running up and down on the street. I remember eating fruits off trees without washing them. All of these things I did growing up. I don't know of me being afflicted with any dangerous ailments as a result of it. In fact, I believe I'm in pretty good health. And there are others who were before me that did the very same things. So they're older than me and there are a few of them that are in better health than I am. Some of them, if they're on the same level of health that I am on, that really means that they're doing very well considering that they're older. And your health is supposed to deteriorate as you get older, right? That's what we see happening today in the continental US. The older you get, the sicker you get. And it's a thing. So now you need more medication. You find some people having their countertops. They just lined up with medication. That one is the one that they have to take between 8 and 10 a.m. That one they have to take between 12 and 2. That set they have to take between... They take this set every day, they take that set every other day, and it goes on and it goes on. And this one is to counteract the effects of this one, so that just filled with drugs and more drugs. But apparently it is the way of life in the US. Forget living a healthy lifestyle where you have food being your medicine and medicine being your food. No, forget that. Who does that? That's crazy. Who'd want to do something like that? Well, maybe, just maybe, people who want to live just a little bit longer. And when we stop and we ask the questions, all right, so do we just eat better and exercise and sleep and meditate and that can help us? Well, yeah. Get Martha's book, Eat, Sleep, Meditate. It will tell you. She did it. And she had a heart condition in a stressful job. She talks about it openly. She was just on Melissa Jane's show last Thursday, talking about it. She was with us last year, talking about it. So, can something like eating right and sleeping properly and meditating, disconnecting from things and just taking time to chill, can that help? Yeah. So if that can help with a heart condition, you think it might be able to help with a virus that is invading your body? Again, we come back to what these people who have recovered, what have they done? What have they been doing? What are they currently doing to stay healthy or to get healthy? We don't know, but we hear that we have this many cases, this many new cases of the coronavirus, and we have this many deaths. Why aren't we hearing about the recoveries? Because now we have to answer the question, what are they doing to recover? And if they are doing something to recover that doesn't include the vaccine, why then do we need a vaccine? Answer me those questions. Then we can talk. But until then, we're just going to have a standoff.
Lord, watch over me with thy rod and staff as I travel these streets, day out, day in. Protect those dearest to me with a ready sword. Let no harm come to them from the enemies. Many said there's no God, so they infiltrate and manipulate the simple and innocent, polluting the minds, their agenda, imposing laws of their sinful cause they want us to accept. I stand resilient. I know. say if you make it in a life, you have to know if you play ball. Not even like the terminology. Not like how we sound at all. Them say you can't reach nowhere if them no sign it off. Me I feel laugh to myself like a damn name God. Well, I'm a lion in this jungle, still I remain humble. The road may be rocky at times, but my faith, Lord, it never stumble. You say the liquor what the righteous have, better than the riches of the wicked. Not one of your seed shall sit by the sidewalk and beg. I stand resilience. I know, 'cause I know every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. I'm resilience. 'Cause you said one of my words goes straight to the head. Sometimes I feel alone on the battlefield alone, but I know I'm not.
This is that segment of the broadcast that we call our musical therapy. I want to thank GMAT Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment. They bring your event to life, providing sound, light, and stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, musicians, singers, and more. Give them a call, 754-307-4622. Quick way to remember that, 754-307-GMAC. Or check them out online, gmatmusicsolutions.com.
I stand resilience. I know. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess. Resilience. So all of my blood goes straight to the head. Sometimes I feel alone on the battlefield alone, but I know I'm not, 'cause I'm seeing eyes watching over me. I'm listening. That's why I'm Jumpers and rails.
The son of Ian Sweetness. Track called If I Only Had Time.
If I only had time, if I only had time, dreams to pursue. If I only had time, they'll be mine. Time like the wind
Yeah, I know time is running out, but we can't give up.
Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't
this is the sound of the Twigorific one.
from it. Don't you quit.
Track called Don't Give Up.
Don't give up. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk.
I need to work out linking up with Twiggy so we can go to this Indian restaurant.
Don't give up.
I can introduce her to some nice Indian food.
You gotta know some talent. You never borrow with no money spent.
Little known secret about Twiggy.
Tell them don't you.
She loves food.
And then better go repent.
I can't tell by looking, can you?
What's on it? It will be something done, but most times rain. Easier said than done when you're the one who is feeling the pain. So you have to pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. I am begging you to stay upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Can't keep throwing the towel or feeling blue. 'Cause one day you're gonna end up be the victor too. Just be brave, my sisters, my brothers, I'm talking to you. Your reward will be great if yourself will only be true. But you won't be pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Shoop, shoop, shooby-dooby-doo. The wagon is and we won't come follow you. Give thanks for everything. Success and favor your hard work will bring. Hey. Shoop, shoop, shooby-dooby-day. Everything up we run out of your way. It's now time to win. Tear them blocks down, now back down, 'cause every time I'm them. Pray upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever.
Yeah, I know you know that, sure.
Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up. Stay upon it, pray upon it. Don't you ever walk away from it. Don't you quit, cannot play with it. Don't give up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, when I give up, you know, we just do whatever we can to bask in the sunshine.
Give me just a little smile. Just smile. That's all I ask of you.
Son of Mr. Ed Robinson.
Give me just a little smile. Just smile.
It's called Sunshine Reggae.
Message for you. Oh, yeah. When you smile, that smile. You do it every time. You let the good vibes flow. You let the good vibes grow. Yeah. It's the sunshine, sunshine, sunshine reggae. Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't you hurry, don't you worry. No. Take it easy. Sunshine, sunshine, sunshine reggae. Let the good vibe just grow a little stronger. People smile at you wherever you go. When sweet reggae music is playing on your radio. Give me just a little smile. That smile, that's all I ask of you. Oh yeah, yeah. Give me just a little smile. Bring it on, yeah. We got a message for you. Welcome to the real world. Whoa, 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 yeah.
20 minutes to the top of the hour. Giving you an N. Robinson double play.
Live your life.
Telling you to go live your life.
Any old way you choose.
On the Hush Darling rhythm.
The battles and the bruise. Go live your life. It doesn't matter what they say. What you eat don't make me puke anyway. Go live your life. If their list is black or white, they will know they can't win that fight. Go live your life. And even when they think it's red, let them know it's your life to live. Yeah. People say we gone astray, talking how we lose our way. One day they will know the things they say is far from so. The issue don't give when they talk about the life you live. Cause even if there is a price to pay, you will have to pay it anyway. Go live your life. Any old way you choose. Live it through the battles and the bruise. Go live your life. It doesn't matter what they say. What you eat don't make me puke anyway. Go live your life. If their list is black or white, they will know they can't win that fight. Go live your life. And even when they think it's red, let them know it's your life to live. Yeah. If you choose to do a 9 to 5, to live your life you choose a cab to drive. Why should I care? Why should they care? Yo, if you wanna go to church on Sunday, right after the dance on Saturday, should anyone care? Only God we fear. Go live your life. Yo, any old way you choose, live it through the battles and the bruise. Go live your life. It doesn't matter what they say. What you eat don't make me puke anyway. Go live your life. If their list is black or white, they will know they can't win that fight. Go live your life. And even when they think it's red, let them know it's your life to live.
Mama one, Papa one, we woke up in a round a dead man corner. Sister one, brother one, we woke up in round a dead man corner. 90 miles in a 30 miles round a dead man corner.
Brand new music from Hezron. That's what it's called, Dead Man Corner.
Billy was a juvenile from the ghetto. Parents gave him the best that they could afford. But from what day Billy started to sing, now take no time from nobody. Billy just a Billy and a dolly and a cut and go through, lick down anything from the avenue. Oh, don't go chasing waterfalls, Mama said. Birds past them nest, them fly too fast. But Billy never care, but man no fear, only concerned to impress him peers. Change our name from Billy to Killy. Oh, here comes the meat of the story. Mama one, Papa one, we woke up in a round a dead man corner. His sister one, brother one, we woke up in a round a dead man corner. Billy do 90 miles in a 30 miles dead man corner. Hey, never take the warning, never slow down. A dead man corner. Where Billy there? Mama asked him. Dead man corner. Where Billy there? Papa asked him. Dead man corner. Been around the table, everybody's sitting here. Where Billy there? Oh. Dead man corner. The news flash. Just come in, Mama grab a belly. Start of it when the newsman said Billy just got killed. Shoot out with him on the police. Get him out to tell the case to all the child she did. Tears in her eyes, she looked at see Billy dead. Mama one, Papa one, woke up in a round a dead man corner. The sister one, brother one, going in up in round a dead man corner. Billy do 90 miles in a 30 miles zone. A dead man corner. Oh, he never take the warning, he never listen to one. A dead man corner.
sound of Jadan. The track is called Truth. 15 minutes before I get on out of here. Turn it over to the respective stations for their continued programming. Island Worldwide, One Harmony Radio, the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com, WGLRO.com. Thank you all. PEMGTV.com. I didn't leave you out, don't worry. Those of you who want to watch some other broadcasts done right here on kevinstew.com, you can check the archives. Choose a broadcast. Whether you check the video archive or you check the audio archive.
Why you want to play the victim when you know how you do me wrong? You know it hurt me, 'cause you could have killed me. Have you as a brother so close to me? You should have never be. Tell me why you want to drain me energy. Why you want to see the enemy? As long as you have life, you are gonna live to see the best of me. Tell us the truth. Don't need no debates, no way. Why you want to defend yourself when you don't say a lie? You want to tell the truth. No call, no argument, no way. So why you want to hype up yourself when you don't say a lie? You want to tell.
This is the sound of Fiona. The track is called Shoulder. On the No Hesitation rhythm, courtesy of Kevo Gitz.
Wish I could take all your pain away. There's nothing I won't do to help you get to your better day.
12 minutes before the top of the hour.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there. No, I can make miracles. No, I can save you from your fears, but I can love you and show you things will be alright. Whenever you're ready, I'll be by your side. Oh, sorry. She put you through all the things she did. She was so selfish. There was just taking and no give, no consideration. She said you did nothing for her life. She's such a bully, dictating your movements every time. Yeah. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I can make miracles. No one can save you from your fears, but I can love you and show you things will be alright. Whenever you're ready, I'll be by your side. Oh, she I'm gonna love you hard because you're mine.
This is La Vie. It's called Sweetheart.
As the sea goes, the sun will shine.
Going through our musical therapy.
You've got to let
We got 10 more minutes.
'cause there's a part of me to you I wanna show. Yeah. 'Cause you are my sweetheart, so perfect for me. You are my sweetheart, and I am your queen. Why keep searching for something I know I wouldn't find when you've been right here in front of me all this time? I'm telling you this now so you could understand that loving you is easy. I'm sure that you're the one, 'cause you're my sweetheart, so perfect for me.
10 minutes to the top of the hour. Brand new music from Fire Roller. Sorry, Fire Royal. My bad. I do apologize. It's called Wolves.
No short ching the cost no shifting. Need to pay for the gas in the car, my switch with it. My whole existence kinda priceless, it's all expensive.
From the album Underrated.
Any comment no one for link with. Some type of niggas rich change friends every 40 minutes. Or discriminate someone in all them absence. Then when them come back around and laugh and grinning. Fuck that, just left the real.
Whoa. Alright, so we're not going to play that one until we get the other one, being the edited one. I totally missed that part. I do apologize.
Yeah, man. You tune again. Sugar and Cannon, Crystal and Tender.
This is Sugar Roy and the Fireball crew. Yeah, we're rock steady.
Let's go rock steady. You got to do this new dance, just like Freddy.
Just watch your foot move.
You got to do it just like Uncle Freddy. If you don't know it, just shake your hair, rock your body line, shake your shoulders, everything in time and see. Oh, 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 oh.
8 minutes to go.
You got to shake your
See how that works?
Don't waste no time.
No time wasted.
Come on, what a beautiful sight for so the people them a go. Everyone come out tonight, enough for catching you dance. Miss Daisy yet is ever but she still stand a chance. Every man carry out the wife because music advance. Inna this side Jamaica eat, I grade the beat, listen to the beat, girl them neat. 47 days of the week, move your shoulders, stamp your feet. Inna the club, tonight I beat, listen to the bass and rock to the beat. Inna the place when no one no free. Clear!
Now you're ready.
Come on!
Let's do rock steady. Yeah.
Sure.
You got to do this new dance. Now that you're ready.
Just watch him move them, you know?
You got to do it just like Uncle Freddy.
And
now that you know
Come on.
it, just shake your head, rock your body line, shake your shoulders, everything in time and see.
Sure.
Oh, 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 oh.
Don't waste no time.
You just move your shoulders.
And that me I say, move your waistline.
Keep rising.
5 minutes till get out of here.
I'm weary, lots of things I know I needed, but my self-esteem they low on the ground. I cannot focus, I'm losing concentration.
Out of the J-Vibe Music Production Studios.
Alone.
This is Trisha
On solid ground, me still away the ground.
on a No Hesitation rhythm.
Try to feel me now, because the time frame you're
It's
not.
called Keep Rising.
People hollow, be careful of the ones where you they follow. So I try to walk this path of life the way I can. Pull myself towards my own destiny. I'll keep on trying and trying, even when I get there. I'll keep on trying and trying, even if I might just fail. 'Cause the greatest gift of all is my ability to rise again. I'll keep on rising and rising, never gonna let me down.
In these times that we live in, thanks and praises be given. Count your blessings one by one.
This is Willis.
Still awake when the morning.
What you talking about, Willis?
I and I still a smile with your rising sun.
It's called Rising Sun.
And not the dread. Work hard at it every day and job provide the bread. Share more love. His blessings rain from above. 'Cause no matter how the road gets tough, you keep your mind uplift, wind up a split, bring your mind at ease. You trust and you will see tranquility.
pretend to. Once in the struggle, they know it's all the same. Living fake freedom, their shackles we chain. We're in a lockdown, no sense we complain. Couldn't see it coming, but we still give thanks and praise. Still don't fall to Babylon. Lift up your heads to your rising sun. Cause no matter how the road gets tough, you keep your mind uplift, wind up a split, bring your mind at ease. In trust and you will see tranquility. You're as free as the breeze.
Sit back, relax. There's only sunshine at your back. You know you're chilling where the feels at.
This one's called Teacup.
Close your eyes and
courtesy of Kathy Matete.
don't think about no worries at all. Leave your troubles far away. It's gonna be a brighter day. It's so highway around here. Oh yeah, just pull up a chair. So never fail on here. It's only niceness and the vibe is righteous. Oh yes, oh yes. Kick off your shoes and put your feet up. Sip the color in your teacup. I ain't got no troubles and you ain't got no troubles. I ain't thinking of nothing at all. My head is like ayo, 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 ayo. Free, free, free. I'm like ayo, 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 ayo. Free, free, free.
2 minutes at the top of the hour.
Kiss me, touch me, slowly, baby.
Let me see if I can get a kiss and a touch to put me to bed tonight.
It's been a week and I can't sleep. What is taking
It's only the second day of the week. Join me tomorrow. We'll close out the night shift week with real talk.
Baby, round and round we go.
This is China Nicole. The track is called Kiss Me.
How I miss you so. Been too long since you kiss me, touch me.
As we close out this Healthy Love Night, remember, do your research, ask questions. Don't stop asking until you're satisfied with the answers.
The fire is burning.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you a warm good night.
It's been a week and I can't sleep. What is taking over me? I try to sugarcoat it with a little honey. I'm really needing you, baby. Kiss me, touch me, slowly, baby. Rock me, steady, move me crazy. Ooh, it's a wonderful feeling. Need you home again, oh baby. Such a marvelous feeling to need you home again. I need you here to kiss me, touch me slowly, baby. Rock me.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.